Louis Vuitton sent a private investigator to this man's house because they saw a video he made upcycling Louis Vuitton products. You heard that right. Hey, welcome back into the channel, Rockstars. It is June 22nd, Saturday afternoon, 2024, of course, and I had another video planned for you about eBay's express payment update, the new $2 fee, and I will still put that out for you this weekend, so fear not, that video will be up on the channel by tomorrow, Sunday. But I came across this video today that was recommended to me in the YouTube algorithm. Go YouTube. It's by a gentleman named Quarter Leather. I believe his name is Eric, he mentions in his video. And he has a lot of subscribers on YouTube, 630,000 to be exact. I'm watching his video. He put up a video 2 weeks ago called Louis Vuitton Sent a Private Investigator to My House. So what this guy does, and I'm going to show you a little clip of his video in a minute. It's super cool. It's awesome. His channel is amazing, actually. Is he takes a vintage Louis Vuitton purse, for example, one that's, lived out its life, and he will cut it up. Maybe it has stains on it. Maybe it has, fraying and tearing edges, whatever the case might be. And he will cut that up. He's a leather expert, and he'll turn a piece, a big crossbody bag into a wallet. It's amazing what he does with this. His craftsmanship, his skill, his knowledge is top notch. Like, I just watched the video twice because it's so good. And I'll link it for you down below. Go give him the credit he deserves. Well, Louis Vuitton saw this advertisement and this video. He actually sells these wallets when he's done cutting up the Louis Vuitton purse and making it into a wallet. Well, we've talked about it here on this channel. It's called upcycling, essentially, right? Recycling, upcycling, whatever you want to call it. And technically, it is not illegal. Like, you won't go to jail for this. It's not fraud or counterfeiting because you're using authentic items, as long as you're using an authentic item, not cutting up a fake purse. But it is civilly going to get you sued almost every single time. And this video is a prime example of that. So what happens is, and Harley Davidson actually makes a really good argument against this on eBay's Vero page. When you have an authentic product, let's say it's a Louis Vuitton purse, or let's say that it's a Harley Davidson leather jacket, and you take that leather jacket and you cut up the Harley part and you turn it into a pair of flip-flops or a wallet or whatever you're turning it into. Well, Louis Vuitton and Harley don't make flip-flops or wallets or those products. Now, in this case, they do, but they don't make that product that you've made. And so if you go out on the street and you sell it, even if you don't call it a Louis Vuitton or a Harley, if you just say, I'm selling this brown wallet, and he actually puts his own logo on this. I'm gonna show it to you in just a second. If you sell that product, Louis Vuitton is gonna say, this is not a product we make. We don't guarantee the quality of this. And if you sell it to somebody and they get the product and for any reason it fails, if his craftsmanship is terrible and the wallet falls apart in a week, that person, that customer may come to Louis Vuitton and go, hey, I got this Louis Vuitton wallet and it fell apart. Your quality is garbage and it cheapens the brand. And they're completely right, because this guy's an amazing craftsman and his stuff's not gonna fall apart. I promise you, what he did is incredible. But let's say that he wasn't. Let's say that he's just a guy in his bedroom sewing some wallets or sewing some flip-flops together, right? And they fall apart in 2 weeks. The person that bought them off of his shop may not realize, even though he's not calling them authentic Louis Vuitton, he says it in his video, these repurposed Louis Vuitton wallets or whatever. People might cheapen Louis Vuitton's image and brand because they got something that fell apart because this guy was a terrible craftsman. So Louis Vuitton does not like that. Most brands don't, and they will shut you down and sue you. Not because it's illegal to cut up their purse. You can cut up their purses all day and make your own wallets. But the minute you go and sell that item, it becomes a problem. Upcycling, recycling, whatever you want to call it, you are now using their trademarked logo, their name, their logo. Even if you don't say their name, that logo, that LV is associated with them authentically. They own that logo, they own that trademark, and they own the associated name, and you are using it to financially benefit off of their logo on a product that they don't guarantee. And this is how they stop you. They don't sue you for violating the first sale doctrine. They sue you because you are violating their trademark. And they know 99% of people can't fight it. Now, I'm gonna show you what this guy does, and then I'm gonna tell you how this ended up ending for him as far as a legal standpoint. So far, this video was only 2 weeks ago, mind you. Okay, so this is the video the letter he got from Louis Vuitton originally. They had thought that he was selling fake. They thought it was fake. And the reason they thought it was fake, and he talks about it in his video, and you can watch this video, it's linked below, is that he actually melted the rubber lining off of this to reuse it for his wallets. And when they purchased, so the reason they got him is because they purchased one of his wallets off of a fake Instagram account. How ironic, they used a fake account to purchase something they thought was fake, right? So they noticed the lining was missing, and they initially thought, oh, he got this from a fake purse, right? He cut this up out of a fake purse. He told them when they contacted him, like, hey, it's not fake, it's real, I melted that off, etc. So he gets this letter from them, and then they end up showing up to his house with a private investigator. And so he talks about it in this video. When you watch it, you'll see. He's taking one of these luggage bags, one of these suit bags. You see what he's got there? And he's cutting it up because he's going to use the material to create these wallets. And so they saw this video. This is him actually videoing and talking about it later, but he had an original video where he made the wallets before he knew that they were going to send somebody to his house, right? And so you can see he's just sort of cutting up the material. He gets the size that he needs. He, has all these great measuring tools. He has these templates that he's created. I think he sells them. And so he just will set it up where he wants the logos, where he wants it to look. He's got a sponsorship there. And so here he is, kind of cutting that size. He knows how to do this. He's done many of these. So it's kind of just repetitive for him at this point. But he breaks this whole process down. It's pretty cool. And this is the epitome definition of upcycling. He sells the tools and material down there that you can get. He shows how he glues it together, how he sticks the material into, like these squares, and then makes them thicker by, fusing them into two pieces. He shows that, like giving it structure essentially. Again, all the tools and all the stuff that he uses are in his description box. So anyways, he goes through this process. You can watch the video. I'm not going to let you guys, roll through this whole 11 minutes with him. He talks about the private investigator showing up to his house, questioning him about it, him telling them, contacting their head of corporate security in New York City, telling them that, it's real. I melted the lining off of it. I created this wallet. It's what I do. I'm legally allowed to cut this stuff up. You can't stop me from cutting it up and making new wallets. And they were kind of perplexed, where he's saying that, because he's absolutely right. But then they said, well, we bought one off of, your Instagram. And that's the problem. Like, as soon as you try to monetize, it just goes up in flames to where these companies can come at you and stop you. And as soon as they file a lawsuit, generally speaking, that's it. You're done. So what happened here was actually kind of lucky for him that a PI showed up to his house. So he had not been sued or anything else, legally happening yet. They showed up to kind of contact him, and they wanted him to sign some paperwork that said he would never do this. They wanted him to hand over all his inventory, all of his material. They wanted to see everything. And he said, absolutely not. I'm not giving it to you. Listen, guys, never sign anything without an attorney's opinion. If you don't know, don't ever agree to anything. Don't put anything in writing. Don't say anything on a phone or a text message or an email. Just say, I'm going to contact my attorney. I'll get back to you. Like, literally give them no information. And so he eventually, knowing his rights, just contacted them, and they hadn't filed the lawsuit yet. And luckily for him, they didn't, or he would have been, having to fight this. But he contacted their security and told them the whole story, and then said, look, I can do this. And security was like, oh, which is surprising to me that the security guard, the head of security for Louis Vuitton, didn't actually say to him, well, yeah, you can cut it up technically, but you can't sell stuff with our name on it because we're not, standing behind it. Like I mentioned to you guys in the beginning of the video. Of course, he mentioned to them, and you'll see it when you watch the video, that he doesn't identify it as Louis Vuitton. He doesn't call it Louis Vuitton, even though he does refer to it as a Louis Vuitton wallet in this video several times. He, he doesn't say that he's trying to pass it off as anything, which is clear and concise. I feel like if you are clear in your advertisement, like if he made 10 of these and wanted to put them on eBay and said, didn't use the word Louis Vuitton, didn't put it in the description, whatever, and just put leather wallet, crossed it, whatever. But the problem with that is it makes it very difficult to sell. And that's where the companies and the brands have this right. Like, you're using their name to profit. Without the word Louis Vuitton, he doesn't make any money. So if we pause it, right? Let me pause the video a little bit better here. Do you see right here below his thumb? That's his logo, quarter leather. He put this on this, right? He puts it on the wallet. And so he's just touching it up here a little bit, and he puts some color on it. And then you guys can kind of see there's his logo, right? Quarter leather. He puts that on there. And so he's not trying to pass this off as an authentic Louis Vuitton product. The problem is it has the logo, and that is exactly what their problem is with it. So there's kind of the story. It ended there. They didn't come after him. As of the date of recording this video, or at least 2 weeks ago, he had not been served with a lawsuit. He hasn't been told to stop again. Nobody's done anything to him. He obviously made this video, so I doubt they're going to come after him. As of the point of me recording this video on the 22nd, there's been no updates on any of his social media pages, but there is the wallet that he made out of this, piece of Louis Vuitton material that's authentic. So, it's pretty cool. He did a good job. I think he's an awesome craftsman. I think he did great on the video, but I do caution all of you, including anybody who might have viewed his video, that Louis Vuitton very well could stop him and put an end to this by saying, no, you're not selling fake material. No, you're not breaking first sale doctrine. No, you didn't call it Louis Vuitton, but you used our logo, you used our trademark, and we don't want you selling this stuff. And we're going to sue you if you don't stop. They absolutely could do that. And I'm 99% sure you'd lose in a court case if you even have the money to fight them, which 99% of people don't have. A court case like that, if you were to get sued by Louis Vuitton and hire an actual lawyer, a trademark IP lawyer to defend you, they're probably going to want $5,000 to $10,000 as a retainer. And a retainer just means you give them that money and you're guaranteeing that money will be used up as they print documents, as they file responses. If they file paperwork that costs $400, that comes out of that money. And then once that money is used up, you have to give them more money. Generally speaking, cases like that will run at least $50,000 and take a year or more. I was involved in one that took 13, 14 months, and it sucked up, between the legal fees, the court costs, everything, 87 grand is what I want to say was the total, all said and done, after 14 months. And then I had to make some more payments to the lawyer, months later. So yeah, I mean, probably in a year and a half time, I spent $87,000. So you're talking about, $5,000 a month, 5,060. Yeah, at least $4 to $5 grand a month is what I was spending. I know I was writing checks for $4,000 nonstop. So just to give you an idea, if you think you're going to be He-Man and fight back against these companies, it's not worth it usually. And you probably still will lose because they have the right to tell you can't use their logo to financially profit. You can sell it all you want. You can cut it up and keep it and wear it yourself. But you can't financially sell off of their trademark, their name, or their logo. And that's the loophole they use. It sucks. It's BS, and it basically negates the first sale doctrine. It basically spits in the first sale doctrine's face. But unfortunately, welcome to the court system in the world that we live in. So be very careful if you're going to upcycle. My recommendation to you is, although it's technically legal, don't do it. You're going to end up getting yourself sued, especially if you do it with some of these high-profile companies like Chanel, Prada. Chanel's sue happy. Louis Vuitton is generally sue happy. All these companies are going to protect their brand. Gucci, just don't do it. Stay away from it. And if you do it and you try to pass it off as a real thing, then you're committing a crime, and shame on you, and you should go to jail. Okay, that's it for the video today. I appreciate you watching. I'll get the express payment video out as soon as possible. As always, enjoy your weekend. Be safe, be happy, have fun, make some money, and I'll see everyone